Hello, and welcome back to Geneforge. So this is going to be a bit of a mini part where we have jumped back in time to where we're at the boat here. When I made a note previously about this stuff, I did make a save just in case, so yeah, that's where I've jumped back to here. This is just going to be a bit of a mini episode dedicated to checking out the boat. I kind of assume it's going to be one of the potential ends, which is why I'm doing it this way. Although I don't know that for sure, and I also don't know how long this could be, so you'll probably already know by the episode length, but I wanted to go into it blind, so this is why I'm doing it as such, and yeah, we'll just hope for the best. But yes, so the setup, if you recall, very recently, so you're probably better than me. Yeah, got to the docks, and here we are with a boat that we can actually use. So yeah, I wasn't sure what to make of it originally, if we should just go with it or not, but yeah, here we are with a mini part, as I'm calling it. So yeah, I think that's enough for me. Hopefully you're all doing well, and yeah, let's see what happens. See if we actually get to escape, or what's going on. At the end of the dock, you find a small wooden sailboat. It has several pairs of oars. It is a small craft only large enough for a few people. The mast is up and the rigging the sails would not take long. Only a single loop of rope holds the boat to the dock. You could free it and be away from Susha Island in but a moment. Now, finally, if you want, you can go home. Alright, well, let's go home. Board the boat and leave Susha Island. You get into the boat and release the rope. Then you grab the oar and push off the dock. It will be difficult to get the craft back to the Terrestrian mainland, but you are confident you will be up to the task. Terrestrian? Yeah, that's it. I feel like I haven't heard that in a while in the game. Don't actually hear too much about the mainland. It will be difficult to get the craft back to the Terrestrian mainland, but you are confident you will be up to the task. You don't have sailing experience, but you should be able to figure something out. Maybe you can make some small creations to row for you. I'm pretty sure our two big pink guys can handle that. I haven't named them yet, have I? No, Smashy and Smashy 2. Yeah, they can handle that. There is no room on the small boat for your existing creations. Oh, right, next line. Probably should have read that. Okay, so you depart alone. The products of your skills wait behind on the docks, watching uncomprehensively as you leave. So we're just leaving them there? Oh, that's too bad. Soon, Susha Island starts to recede in the distance. You have escaped. However, an uncertain and dangerous future lies ahead. Oh, that's nice. It looks cool. I do really like the art style that's used for these. With difficulty, you pilot the small craft away from the dock. It is an awkward process at first. You've never piloted a sailboat before. Still, after some trial and error, you are able to catch the wind of the sails. You depart Susha Island at last, setting course for the mainland. The island was not as remote as you imagined. It is only 50 miles from the nearest Shaper settlement on the northwest coast of Terrestia. 50 miles in over a century. In but a day, you arrive at the coastal settlement of Porifra. There are a dozen shapers there, working to tame this wild coast. Populate it with friendly fauna and make it safe for settlement. They eagerly greet you, curious about where you came from. You tell them. When they find out you have come from a barred island, possibly infected with forbidden knowledge, they are worried. They insist that you come with them to the regional capital where you can answer your questions. Oh, where you can answer for your actions. God, can't read today apparently either. The Shapers in the nearest city know that Susha Island was barred, and that you were there. Their reaction is immediate. They seize and shackle you. Then they put you on a boat and take you to the Shaper Council. You would thought your return and knowledge would be welcomed. You soon realize that you were naive. After a few weeks in a cell, the interrogation begins. They ask about, and you reveal every one of your actions on Susha Island. You tell them of the Sholai, the servile colonies, and the Geneforge. What you can't tell them, but you learn soon enough, was that there was a Sholai named Trashkov on Susha Island. Why can't I tell them that? Okay. What you can't tell them, but you learn soon enough, was that there was a Sholai named Trashkov on Susha Island. He was working to master the amazing forbidden power there. Not long after you fled, he succeeded. Then Trashkov and his forces sailed to Terrestia. He and his augmented assistants land on the mainland. They aren't detected. They create a horde of massive creations and start seizing cities. They lay mines, make spawners to guard their flanks, and continue their advance through your lands. The war is a long one, bloody and lethal. The outsiders are aided by many commons and creations who rise up in rebellion and go rogue. The casualties are horrendous. You never find out how the war ends. You are left in your cell. The Shaper Council never trust you. They're afraid that you are secretly working for Trashcorp or that you're tainted by the Barred Island. Then the Sholai and their horde of creations, common, seize the city where you are held. When a force of Taker serviles find you in your cell, exhausted and undeterred, Undurfed? I don't know what that means. Exhausted and undurfed, they take you before Trashkov. He recognizes you as the Shaper he stranded on Susha Island. He has you executed immediately. Oh shit, alright. I think I was pretty correct in calling this a potential bad end. The finest flowering of the powerful arts of the Shapers took place on Susha Island. Yet, the Shapers could not control the power they created. They tried to harness it, then they tried to hide it. Then they tried to forget it. Then it came back to devastate them. Indeed it did. To find a way to stop the devastation, a small group of Shapers and Serviles quietly sailed to Susha Island. Knowing it was still barred, they saved themselves a lot of trouble by not telling anyone they were there. In the ruins, they found some of the powerful illegal magic they were seeking. In a vial of mysterious, living red goo. The goo, a product of Susha Island's research, eventually ended up somewhere else. The results of this would not be known until much later. Oh, okay. Interesting. Is that going to come up like in another Geneforge game, or is it... okay. Tereshkov thought that the rediscovery of the Geneforge would lead to a glorious, peaceful future. Even after his death ended his long reign, a few people knew about the magic that gave him his power. Its story did not end. You cannot unring a bell. Oh, alright, well there we go. Yes, that was definitely, in fact, one of the potential ends, and a bad one, to say the least. I mean, everything went to shit, and we lived in a cell for a while, and then were executed. So, yeah, I think I'll jump away from this and stick with my own timeline. This was not a fun one. Okay, well, that was interesting. I sort of expected it was going to be bad, but not like I wasn't really sure if it was going to be like, yeah, because I mean I think that. Like when we first died, that was really the surprising thing to me, that it almost felt like we were given spoilers. The fact that it said like the horrors or whatever of Susha Island descend upon, I forget the wording right now. I haven't actually read it properly in a while. But you know, that felt like a spoiler to me because I had no, like at the time when that happened, there was nothing that had happened to allude to some bigger thing going on yet like that. So yeah, so because of that, sort of I suspected that maybe things weren't going to go too well for this, but yeah, didn't expect to get executed like that, so that was something. Yeah, well, I guess that's about it for the mini part. I don't do have too much thoughts on it because I think that was going to be, you know, it wasn't going to be good either way, and I wasn't sure if we were actually going to get to see anything more or just, you know. But yeah, that was I guess that was ending number 1. I don't know if we'll get to see multiple other endings. It seems like that there's I don't know how many endings there are, because I assume there's probably like I'd figure there's 3 endings from like siding with each of the different groups, but then also there's like if you I guess go with or against Trashkov, and then there's also Goetch, which I still don't know how to properly pronounce his name, but yes, Goetch, which it seems like he is also a situation where you can be for or against. So I don't know if there's some like combination like in there, like some overlap, such as if like siding with Trashkov is the same as siding with the Takers or something like that. But it seems like there's potentially, you know, 3 to 5 endings there. And I assume there's probably like, you know, a more solo path where we just sort of kill everyone or something. I don't really know. So there could be quite a few endings. I'm not sure. But yes, anyway, that's going to do it for this one. This is probably one of the shortest videos I've ever done, but, you know, wanted to just check that out, see what's what, and, yeah. Expect the next part soon. I'll be back to playing more Geneforge. It's been a bit of a weird week. I haven't been able to do a lot of what I've wanted to do, but things should be pretty much back on track now, which is, yeah, well, it's been a weird few weeks overall, honestly, just... Anyway, that aside, expect more Geneforge soon, and, yeah, just thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little mini part, and... I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.